Hey YouTube, it's 2018, we're finally making a goddamn video, and we've got new toys to help make the video. Can you do like a little move around swirly thing? We got a gimbal, it's fun. Do it, swirl.
It'll be more fun when we actually go out into the shop at some point.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Right? Are we actually looking at me? Is that...
Oh, I'm gimbaling around, bro.
Sorry, get your gimbal on. My bad. Okay, you're real close. You're real close.
That's fine.
All right.
I'm the cameraman here.
Right. So, it's 2018. If you look back on this channel, it goes all the way back to 2012 was when I first started making videos, and they were in my garage. So on this channel, you can see the evolution of Ferrum Forge as a company, right? You can see it all. It's all there on video. And every year we evolve, right? We try and do more and expand what we can offer to our customers. And it's hard. It's really hard. And we fail sometimes, but we keep going. We keep progressing. We find new ways to do the things that we are trying to do. So in 2018, there's significant changes that are occurring to what we do here at Ferrum Forge in this continued pursuit to expand our ability to offer different kinds of product at different levels of price point. Because we know that our stuff is expensive. We get it. Chris and I often like to say, you know, if we didn't make them, we couldn't afford our own knives. So, with that in mind, we've created two very distinct classes of knife. One is going to be Pro Line, and we'll talk about that in another video, and it's exciting and fun. And then the other one is the stuff that we do here, and we're changing what we do here and kind of going back to things that we used to do, because we need knife making to be fun for us again. And doing stuff at kind of a 200 piece production level was starting to get not so fun.
That's one way of putting it.
Yeah, not so fun. Mm-hmm. And it's also challenging from a financial standpoint too. It was getting hard for us to do. So we said, okay, let's stop doing it. Let's go back to doing smaller runs and really utilizing all of the new skill set and techniques that we have to make knives as interesting as we can. And also giving us the ability to play with some more fun materials, Damascus, Damascus, and spend a little bit more time, energy, and money on interesting machining on things so that it's not always flat gray titanium. I mean, we've done that over the years where we put a little bit more machining into knives to make them more interesting, but we wanted to start taking that to an even higher level because we can. And at this point, I do so much render work that it's like, why not start putting that into our own product? Because I'm doing it for other people. So the first model for 2018 is going to be the Con, and if that shows up, because sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, we got a nice dark outline on it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I have kind of I call it the macaroni prototype. It's like the jankiest, like, first idea made into actual materials.
So what's different from this prototype to that render, and what the final cons are going to be?
A whole lot, actually. Well, let's just go back to where this knife design is coming from. So the Con is coming from a design that we did in, oh, I gotta look at my note on this one. That was 2014. And we called that knife the Kareb, and it was one of the only Persian style knives that we've ever done out of this shop. And
they disappeared.
Yeah, we don't see them anymore. Ever. Like, they don't ever go up for sale. They are squirreled away in people's collections. And I've asked people that own them, I'm like, hey, how come this is so, like, I don't know, on lockdown? Like, how come you don't ever post pictures of it? Or how come they never go up for sale? Like, what is it about this knife? And the resounding, sort of sentiment for the 25 people that own them was, I really love this knife, Elliot, and I don't ever want anyone to ever try and buy it from me. I want to keep it forever. And I went, interesting. I'm like, what do you like about it? What is it about that knife that it is speaking to you? And they tell me a whole bunch of different things, but I tried to take that and improve it. Make it more like what we make now. Because from 2014 to now, that's like 4 years, there's been a lot of things that we do differently as knife makers, and more emphasis that we put on things now than we ever used to. So I wanted to, first off, improve the blade. Is that a motorcycle?
Yeah.
I love it.
So, sorry guys, our neighbors like to rev the motorcycles inside the shop.
It's really cool. Shakes the building. It's neat.
Mm-hmm. Gas fumes into my shop. Really cool.
Always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, side note story. So one day, Chris and I are sitting at the fit-up bench, like we're fitting stuff up, and I'm like, man, I feel kind of woozy. And I look over at Christopher, and he's like, oh. And I'm like, yeah, something's weird, right? He goes, yeah, man. And so we took out headphones. We had headphones in. We took out headphones. We like hear the engine revving and stuff like that, and we go, gosh darn it. And so they've been revving a motorcycle inside their shop, and the fumes were just coming over. And so we had to like open up the shop and run outside before we died. Yeah. Fun story.
That was special.
Neat
cool
day.
Story, Hansel.
Thank you. I thought it was a cool story.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so back to the con. So one of the things that I wanted to improve on the con from the Krebs was I wanted more blade. I thought the blade was a little skinny with this width was a little skinny from the Krebs. So I brought the belly out more on it. I wanted...
Hold up the knife. There you go, side by side.
I wanted more meat in this section right here.
Elliot likes it thicker.
Yeah, well, wider. I like
More
wide.
meat.
Yeah, it's all about wide. It's width.
Mm-hmm.
I hear the ladies like the width. And I also wanted to pull the grind up as far as I could while still leaving a flat area for those people who like sharpening systems that have to clamp a spine. And then I wanted overall nicer flow through the handle into the blade, since the sort of penultimate feature for a Persian style blade is that there's curvature flow. So that's what I did for the con. I also changed where the stop-in position was to give us a little bit more improvement for flipping action and lock up.
So basically, all of the lessons that we've learned over the past 4 years, you've applied into making this.
Yeah, exactly.
More along the idea of what we wanted it to be.
I would use the term more better. More better.
Yeah.
It's an official term.
And this guy has a degree in English literature.
Whatever, man.
So
that's what I did with the Krebs. There's scale options on the Krebs, just like there's scale
Con.
options on the Con. The Con.
Way to go.
I know. I should have not used the
K's?
K.
Yeah.
I did that. My
Yep.
bad.
That's you.
Sorry. So the scale options on the Con, some are real interesting. Spinal one, if you go on our website and look at them, they're still up for pre-order in the My Choice Con.
Your choice, Con.
Your Choice Con.
So let's talk about that. That's something.
Yeah, we'll get
Here's
into there.
something different that we've done with this too.
So because we don't have to make 200 knives and now we're only making 25, this enables us to open up what we can offer on all of the knives. So there's still maker's choice. There's always people that want maker's choice, and for the Con has a backspacer if you want it, and we're going to, on maker's choice, my hands are getting crampy just thinking about it, we're going to carve all the way around. So front scale, back spacer, and onto the back scale, but still keep it light enough to where it's not going to tear up pants, so you can actually carry it. I mean, we've been asked the question, like, how come you don't do much on the backs, on the lock scales of Maker's Choice? And the answer is, well, we don't want it to shred pockets.
At the end of the day, even though it is a form of artistic expression, it's a knife. And
it's,
that lock scale, it's contacting your pocket when you're holding a knife.
The log scale is a thing that's in your hand all the time. Like, the log scale, that's where the magic of a knife happens, not the face scale. So
that's where the magic happens.
That's where the magic happens. So we're going to be very careful with the type of carving and things that go onto the log scale for that reason, because we don't want it to feel bad in the hand and we don't want it to shred pants.
And it also takes a lot longer. Like, to go, I spend
almost double the time, I
almost
imagine,
double, yeah.
Right?
And that is also why they are more expensive now, because there's going to be a lot more time input into each piece, and so the price has to increase accordingly. For those that are not Maker's Choice, that are your choice, that's what we're calling it, it's pretty much open. Because we can now interact on a real personal level with our customers, because we don't have to deal with like hundreds, we only have to deal with, well, it ends up being 15 knives that are your choice. Now we can actually have a conversation via email about what people really want. And so we've opened it up and said, basically anything you've ever seen us do before, plus your imagination and our imagination, is what you can achieve on one of the your choice.
So I've been, because if you're emailing about the your choice stuff, you're talking to me, and it's been fun actually getting to talk with you guys and hear your ideas and your thoughts and see what it is and see how we can take a general theme that you may have.
You should do the flippy thing. Do the flippy thing. Wait for it. Come on.
Is it me?
You're in frame.
I'm in? Awesome. The new thing, it's got a selfie mode. It's pretty awesome. But the your choice, I've been having a lot of fun.
There you go. Yeah.
There we go.
Right
we good? Right in the middle?
Great work.
Great. This is teamwork. This is what Ferrum Forge is all about. Teamwork. The your choice. Like, for example, like some people, very, very clear. Like one guy was like, I want it all black, bronze hardware, and a Timascus pocket clip that's done up to a little more heavy on the bronze coloring. Okay. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Great. We'll do that for you. And then there's been other ones where it's been a nice conversation of my ideas of like something that would look cool, and then the customers, their theme, this sort of like, I want it to have like a really dark feel, something like that. And they're like, okay, well, let's think about this or this type of finishes. And then we kind of work our way down into what I think is going to end up being very, very beautiful knives. And stuff that I wouldn't necessarily have come up with on my own.
Beautiful knives.
Right, which is the cool, and for me, that's the fun part of like, you know, making your ideas come to life a little bit. So, your choice.
Flip it back to me. Yeah. It's fun to just watch the gimbal thing do that. That's neat.
I do enjoy the gimbal.
Yeah.
This
was a strong investment, I think.
Mm-hmm. We're still working on the microphone game. That's been a little bit more of a challenge. We spent too much time yesterday experimenting.
Guys, I wish we had recorded that shit because it was hilarious. He was making like a mic boom and stuff. It was great.
Stay on target. Stay on target. So we're talking about the con, right? The Maker's Choice, the your choice. We'll say we're not making mechanical alterations to the knife, but anything finish-wise,
tell us what you want.
Go for it. I will request, please don't make me mirror polish the 20 CV that Elliot's heat treating, because that's one thing I do have to charge extra for, because it's going to take me 2 to 3 days per blade to really bring it to a nice true mirror polish.
Great segue. So on all of our stuff we did in the past, it was a...
Sorry, I thought you went catatonic for a second there, just buffering. Okay, sorry. Continuing on.
Jeez. I was gonna... Alright. Fine. So, on 200-piece runs, I had some limitation on what I could do heat treat-wise. Now, I don't. So we're going to use my tried and true heat treat formula for 20 CV, or 204P, or M390. And it ends up yielding a 63 to 64 Rockwell hardness and a sort of best-in-class for that steel type in wear resistance. It makes it a little harder to sharpen, but it does give you greater longevity of edge.
Edge retention.
Yeah, and it also coincidentally has best-in-class impact resistance too. So the blade tends to take a lot less damage regardless of what you're doing to it. All the knives that I have that are either prototype or something I made for myself that have my heat treat on that thing, they are resistant to getting messed up, and Lord knows I try. So you'll notice a distinct difference in the way that knife is going to maintain its edge. A lot of difference.
And yeah, all of these knives now are going to get the Emler edge on it. Direct, that's all included in.
Yeah, Mike's real excited about that too, because he has sharpened stuff that I have heat treated here. He's like, really? I'm like, oh yeah, oh, you can sharpen them all.
He's always very happy. He's like, it's stupid sharp. I don't think that thing's ever going to get dull. But at the same time, like, I got to get new stones now. Thanks. So, if you ever need it to be sharpened again, send it to Mike.
Yeah, that's usually... I think I should just... I'm just going to have Mike start sharpening my stuff. Here, Mike, just sharpen my knife.
I do that with some knives.
Yeah. So, that's the basic deal for the con, and we're expecting to be having those finished and ready by the end of April, it looks like at this point. I'm looking up at the calendar. We have a calendar. We need a calendar. It's important. Was there anything else we were going to talk about involving the con?
So if any of this is sounding interesting and you'd like to get your own Maker's Choice and or your choice, go over to our website. I'll put a link in the description to the shop page. You'll see there's other goodies available on the shop page right now, which we'll do another video about that, about the Mass Forge refinishing services that we're doing. But for now, I would say head to the website, check it out. I know Instagram sucks, but keep following us on Instagram. That's where you're gonna see.
We do have a Vero page. I think I've posted like 3 posts on it so far.
Oh, you have posted.
Yeah, you know, I've been trying to do stuff and things.
Okay.
Hey, if it ends up like becoming a thing and works, great. Because Lord knows I despise Instagram's choices over the years. They have made it challenging.
All right. Well, let's sign this one off, and we've got some more videos to record.
Yeah, ooh, more video recording.
It's Ferrum Media Friday.
Media Friday.
Ferrum Filming Friday.
Film?
I'm done. I'm not talking anymore.
All right, YouTube. Thanks for following. Thanks for watching. Go to the website.